So now let's work on this thing. Explore repositories that we have on the right side in here. All we have to do is come to the home component in here, create one component for the explore repositories. So I can say explore repos. Just make this folder name like this. Make one index file inside this that will be named just index.tsx. One for styling, so I can say explore.module.scss. So this file that we are having will be a functional component. Let's make it as explore repos. Import this styling file in here, the module of style, which is import styles from this file. So now let me just have this in our home component. So I can just do explore repos. It will be automatically imported at the top. So we don't need this home.tsx, close it. We also don't need repo details, neither this one, close it. So we are having this explore repos in here. So we need to arrange it properly. So first let me title it as explore repositories. Save it. So the name has been changed in here. Let me add a class name in here called styles.main. So this will contain the main styles of this, like the root style. So I can just say, let me add margin top 20 px. It is here. So if you check, this is like not 20, it is 30. Like we need to align them on the level of this Nishant 666. Maybe make it 40. Make the width as, so we need, this is 40%. This one is 60%. So if I come to, top repos module.scss, the width is 25%. This section. Now the middle section is called event. So come to event module.scss. It is 60%. So let me make it as 50. So the remaining percentage is 75. So this will go, the remaining is 25. So it will go in here. So we have 25, this left side, 50, this middle side, and 25, this right side. So we are having this kind of stuff in here. Now the next thing we want to do is, I think, let me make this as 60. What about 60? What will happen if I make it 60? This is the events module. I think that's fine. 60 is fine. It will work for us. Now what we need to do is, if I turn this to 20, then I think this looks fine to me. Okay. So we are having a text in here called explore repositories. So let me have this p tag and cover the text inside the p tag. Now give it a class name in here and say styles.title. Let me come to explore modules, title, font weight 600 px because it is bold. So it is now bold. Now we need to change the font. So we will use this font in here. Just make it global. So has it been changed? Let me check what font. How to activate this? Let me give it a refresh. If I click it, yes, it is working. The font has been changed. The color is also, I can say, white smoke. So change it. This should be now white smoke. It is looking fine to me. Now the next thing is, we need to have some list of repositories. So let's see which API that we can call. So make a function called list public repos in our get GitHub APIs.tsx. Import it in another function in here and call the parent function in the use effect hook. Now which API to use in here? So we can use this API, list public repositories. So in here, let's make a try catch block to handle errors if we have them. So catch, I can say error, CLG error. If we have an error, we will catch it. Let response equals to this stuff, await octocat request get repositories. So we need to make the function as async. Okay, we have done that. Now let me console the response in here. So let me save it. Let's see what we get in the console if I open it. So let me refresh the page. So we're getting this data here. Let me filter data from in here. So I can say response.data. Now if I come all the way down, like if I refresh the page, we are seeing this stuff. All the repositories that we have public. The thing is, we need to only have 5 or 6 repos in our main page here. So what we're going to do is, we need to just use query params like, I can say limit. So let me try and see if it works or not. If I add limit, or I think it is not limit, let me check in here. What is the name? Type dot direction per page. Yes, we can use per page. So I can try to have per page as 10. Let's try 10 to have, let me try only 10 at once. No, it will not work because this query param is not supported in this API. So if I come in here, repos per page, we have repos per page, we are still getting all the 100 repos from 0. So what we need to do is just delete this. We need to slice them. So I can say slice, let's say from 0 to 10. Now if I refresh or if I check the console, we are only having 10 repos because we are slicing them. Now the next thing we want to do is, these are in the order of creation. If I check, it is written here. It says list all the repos in the order that they were created. So we are going to reverse the entire repository. So I can just do reverse in here. So now where we'll get the reversed repo. The latest one will be at the start in here. Or if you want, just call, just reverse it before slicing, so that we will get the latest repos on the top, which is 10 repos. So save it. This is here. We can just show them. So we need to return this whole response. So I can just do return this. Now let me make a state in here called const trending or latest repos set latest repos equals to use state. Let me make a array state in here, and then we need to return something from this list public repos, which is a response in form of an array. It is response equals to this. Now in here set latest repos with the response. Save. It is a promise, so we need to make the function as async again. Await this. Await. Save. Still we have an issue. What is this? Because the thing is, we have to add these fields inside, I guess. So if I make an empty object, what will happen? Or I can do this as well, so as an array. So fixed. Now we need to map through all the latest repos array. So wrap it in a div or make a div latest repos.map. Let's say repo or repository. Let me return a div again in here. Then what we need to return is, let me return a paragraph tag. In it, we can have repo dot. So we need the name first, as we see in this page. So what is the name of this repository? So if I check something with an n name, this will be here. So make repo.name. The name should be in here. If I check, we are getting 10 names for these repos, but the format is the username, then the repo name. So we should get the username as well. So we have this owner in here. We have the name of the owner. So it is login. So do we have joined name like we had in get all repos, like in this page. So if I check node ID, yes, we have this full name, so I can use this full name directly. Now if I check in here, we will have the name of the person with the, where can I say, the repository, but it is like going out of the width of the screen. So what we need is make this as 15. What will happen? No, this is fine. We need to decrease size of the center div, which is the event. So come to events module, revert this back to 50. Now this is fine. Come here in the index.tsx of explore repos, store the full name inside this repo object and make it empty string to initialize it. Okay, this is 50. We need to make it 20. Okay, what about 25? The thing is, this is like breaking this page. So see, it is breaking. So let me come here. It was this page, events module. It was 60. Make it 55. What will happen? It will go out of the page. So if I make it 60, let me make it 60. This is fine. Now we have, this one is 25 plus 60 is 85, and this should be then 15%. Save. Still it is out of the flow. What if I make it 10%? No, this will not work. I guess we need to decrease size of this to 20. Top repos. 25 we have. Then let me make this as, this should be 25. This should be 50. Make it 50. Save. And this is fine. Okay, what we need to do is increase size of the cards here. So if I go to the bottom, we have this card of event repo card. Width is 85%. Make it 100 or even 90. Now what about 95? I think we need to make this as 100 only. In that case, this should be, this should be not top repos. This should be, what about 10%? No, this will not look fine to me. Let me make margin left 15px. Then if I check, no, this doesn't look good to me. So I think I need to improvise. Make this as not 90 and not 100, 95%. 95 is fine. In that case, let me make the size of this button as a little bit smaller. So start button we have margin right 20. This is fine. Make the padding as 15 and 5 and 15. Then the next thing we need to do is make gap as 5. This looks fine to me now. Also decrease font size in here. So subcard we have font size is 13, make it 12. Then this one has the font size of which one? Subcard we are having, there we have span. Gap is 5. This is the span. Let me check the name of this p tag that we're having in here. Stargazer count. This is styles.span. Language. Repo name we have to change in here. So make the font sizes 14px. Maybe 15. This is fine to me. This looks fine now. So close the file, close the events page. We all have to do the things in the explore repositories in here. We also need the image of the person that will be added before the username. So what we need to do is just come in here, index, make an image tag with source of the image. So what will be the source here? Open the console. Let me come in this array. Let me try to have, okay, this will be honor. So I can make repo dot honor dot, in the honor we must have avatar URL. So paste it. This should have a class name of styles dot avatar. Copy, come to, or save it, come to CSS, just add the class name width 40px. The width is 40, maybe it is too much, make 20, and height as 20 as well. Border radius 50%. We can have one more thing called object fit cover to arrange the item or this image properly. Now in this mean display will be flexed to make them on a single line. Okay, I think not here. This should be in this div. So this div should have a class name of, I can name this as, what should we name this? Styles dot repo inner. Let me have repo inner. Just add this in here. So display of flex. They are now flexed. Let me add gap 5 pixels between among them. Maybe 10. 5 is too small to me. 10 is fine. Okay, then we see this bar here. It is because some of the names are big. So what we need is make it smaller. So the title should be having the font size of 15 pixels. What will happen if I do this? 10, 13, 12, 1. No, I think we are having it wrong in here. Font size. This is, let me make it in repo inner. What will happen? Okay, this works. Why it is not working in title? Because we have not give the name. Title. Okay, title is this one. Explore repositories. Fine. So now this is 12. Make it 15. This looks fine. Okay. What about 14? 14 is too small. Make it 15. So the next step is to have the description. So why don't I make the description in a span tag? Span. So the description should be, let me open my console again. This time I will not close it. The description should be somewhere here. So the name I have added. Yes, the description is in this one. So I can just name this as repo.description. The thing is, if you see, the image and the name is in single line, but the description is in a different line. So I need to just wrap image and the name in a div, and I will leave the span outside. Save it. The only problem is we need to make this as a p, not a span, in order to make it in a different line. Now refresh the page once. It is not working fine. So in this repo inner, let me check. Display we are bringing in this flex. What we want to do is cut this, add this in here, save. Now they should be on a single line like this. Perfect. And in this div, okay, make this as repo header. Let me copy this one, replace repo inner with repo header. Now the next thing we want to do is this should be named as styles.repo inner. Now let me have it in here. Let me have margin 10 px. Now we need the margin only on vertical sides, not horizontal sides. So now we can see this text. Let me add width is 15. What if I make it 20 again? This looks fine to me. Yes. So let me now come to index, add a class name in the description of repo description, make it as styles.description. Let me grab this description, come to event.modulo.css. Let me now have it in here. And if you check, the font size of description is very little. So font size, what about 14 pixels? Check it here, 13. 13 looks fine. So also we have margin top as I can set 10 pixels. 10 pixels will be margin top. The color is not white. The color is this color. So let me check the color in here. It is, let me not do this. Let me come here. The color is this 7D8590 something. Copy this properly. Let me add color property in here. Add it. Okay, we need hashtag. Save. Check it in here. The color is now changed. What about we don't have any description? What will do then in that case? So we will check if description, okay, not do it here, do it in here. So if description exists, show it. I mean, if repo dot description exists, show it. Otherwise, show this text called no description. So if we had no descriptions, we will see this no descriptions text in here. So it is fine working. So the designing, I mean, this is done, the data fetching for explore repositories. What I want to do is just give a margin top in repo inner. This should be 10, 20. No, this should be not 10. Make it 20. What about 30? Yes, this looks fine to me now. So we also have a, what is it? A divider between them. So if I now come to undesign, we must have a divider component in here that we can use. Divider. Let me make a component in the common folder in here called divider. So in here, make file of index.tsx rfc divider. So this should be, let me copy or have any divider that we can use, like horizontal divider. Let me import react and this, which is divider from our design, return a divider, this divider, just the divider. Save it. Okay, the name should be changed. So component, make it divider comp. Okay, name is not fine, but it is fine. Import divider comp from this component that we just made. And where do we need to add it? We need to add it after this p tag, or maybe after, yes, this p tag. Let's try what happens if I add it in here. Divider is here, but we cannot see it because I think the color should be white. So if I just come and make color, what is the option for colored in here? We have class name and such, plain, style, type. We have dashed. Okay, let me add class name styles dot divider, but we need the styles, so make a module of CSS or CSS called divider dot module dot CSS. Make divider color white or white smoke. Now have it in here. Import styles from one step back this module. Save it. So still we don't see any dividers in here. The divider comp. What if I add it in here? The color is still not changed. What if I make this as not color, as background color? Yes, now it works. We have now the divider between or among them. This should not go in here. This should go after the p tag in here. Save. Yes. This is now dividing our components. The color that we are having too much, so make it this a little bit more non-vibrant. This. Yes, is it similar? Yes, it is similar. The next thing I want to do is see the name that we are having. If it is overloading, it comes on the next line. So let me close divider module and divider component. We are having this repo.full name. So just add a class name in here that will say styles.full name. So this will come in the explore modules after, okay, title is title. What is title? This is title. Okay, I think we should give it after description or in here. So full name will be equal to, I can say, change this to repo name, let's say, and grab it in here, replace full name with this one. It will work. See, now we need to have cursor as pointer on this. Save. It is working. Like we are now seeing cursor of pointer. So the home page is now done. We have the top repos that contain our repositories. We have our GitHub events that shows who forked it and who started. And on the right, we have this stuff. Explore repositories. So if I click it, we will be on the repo page. But for now, let me not do that.